So today we're going to assemble the wedding wishing well. We'll give you a bit of an idea and some tips on how to do it all properly, and yeah, we'll see how you go. So basically you get your pack. It's got 4 pieces, the 2 sides, the bottom and top, actually 5 pieces, and the lid. So we'll show you how to work those. So firstly, you just start folding all the folds along the creases. It's best to fold these pieces in now too before it goes on. That's the lid. Do the same with the base. Now you'll see when looking at the base that the sides are different lengths. These sides are shorter than these sides. These sides are shorter than these sides. It's important when we're lining up the well to make sure we've got the sides correctly. We then have our 2 side pieces, which are also different lengths. So the length here is longer than the length here. Make the folds along here too. It's easier to do this while it's flat. And the same for the other side. We're going to be joining these 2 side pieces together before adding the base and the top. Once that's all ready to go, we need to assemble the pieces to make the body of the well. It does work better if you don't completely put all the pieces in yet. It'll give you a little bit of flexibility to get your base and lid into place. Pushing them in on an angle. If you need to bend them slightly, you can, just to get them in. And then they'll lock into place once you get them into place. Leave the bottom 2 open for the moment, just to give us a little bit of flexibility. Put the top pieces in here. Pushing in those tabs. The next step is to work out your lid and your base, work out which way they're going to go into the well. The easiest way to do this is to look at the join. You see the join here needs to join up with where the tabs are on here. That way these pieces are the same length and these pieces are the same length. That way you know you've got it right. So what you need to do is simply push it down inside, so the whole thing completely inside this piece here to form the shape. If you can't get it in, it probably means you've got it round the wrong way at this point. It should neatly, snugly fit into the inside of this. A little bit of fiddling. Make sure it's on the inside of the tabs as well. Okay, so once you've got your lid like this, you know you've got your sides right. It won't fit in here like this unless you've got it in the right way. So then from there you just start to push down. Slowly getting it down into the right position. Just watch out for your tabs. You don't want to rip your tabs by pushing them over the other side tabs. So just work it down carefully and slowly. A little bit of patience at this point, just to get it into the right position. Okay, now this is the point where people get things wrong and start saying the well doesn't work. So basically what we are trying to do is to push these tabs down into place. We're not trying to pull these onto the outside of the well. So basically what you're just doing is just simply pushing it down like this on each side until it caps over the top. Nothing is getting pulled onto the outside of the well. It's just sliding inside that piece. And that puts the lid into place. Like that. Once you've done that, you can line up your base and do the same thing. The base should really easily just push in because we've already left those other two tabs open, but just make sure you're lining up your creases again so that you have your sides meeting at the right. So once you've got your base in, it doesn't say it in the instructions, but I would always recommend just to run a piece of sticky tape along the bottom of it, just to reinforce that. You can do it on the inside before you put the lid on, if that's easier for you to put the base on first, sticky tape it in place. It's just the weight of the cards, there's nothing supporting that base from falling out if there's no tape in the bottom. So I would always just put a little bit of sticky tape in the bottom. Otherwise the well's quite sturdy. It doesn't need it structurally, but just to keep it all together. You then get your little bucket. That's pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of hooking in the tabs. So you just wrap it around, hook the tabs in the side, and then fold the piece over, hook the tabs in the other side. Our little bucket all put together, we just need to do the lid. So the lid's really simple. It's just a matter of taking the paper clips off, hang on to those, you need those. You pull that around to the side like so. And then using the paper clips, secure the sides. One in the top, one in the middle, and one at the bottom. That's fine. You could put more in or staple it or put sticky tape if you wanted to, but you don't need to. Just fluff it all down. That's right, just to sit in place there. You can see the little lip here. As long as that's hooked onto the side, it won't fall through. And then just simply tie on your bucket and cut your strings and you are finished. So you see we're left with a nice sturdy well. It is pretty self-supporting. If you're moving it around, I recommend putting the lid on once you get it to the venue. Otherwise you can tuck it inside if you want to as well. The last step, once everything's in place, is just to fold these little tabs in around the well. That will stop the lid from lifting up so nobody can get into the box. Just pushes it all. So you see we're left with a nice sturdy well. It is pretty self-supporting. If you're moving it around, I recommend putting the lid on once you get it to the venue. Otherwise you can tuck it inside if you want to as well. The last step, once everything's in place, is just to fold these little tabs in around the well. That will stop the lid from lifting up so nobody can get into the box. Just pushes it all together, holds it all secure. It is easier to do with two people, just so you can hold and pull things in through. But they do go together quite well. They are nice and sturdy once they're put together. And if you've got any problems, just watch the video step by step and you'll be able to get everything pulled together properly. And that's your finished product.